Yesterday definitely inspired me to continue doing 67 minutes and not just leave it to Madiba Day, but to continue doing good for anybody and at every opportunity that I can get my hands on. But now we are in the kitchen and it's all about Mexican food today because our theme is Mexican and we're making a very, very delicious pudding because this month we're focusing on puddings and we're making the classics. Of course, my sister from another mister, Ms. Caitlin Williams, is here. Caitlin, we're making something that sounds absolutely amazing. Mexican 3 milk pudding?
Pudding, yes.
It sounds good.
I think it's called tres leche.
Tres leche.
I stand corrected.
It's okay.
But so the 3 milks.
All right.
And you know, it's one of those very traditional, it's actually a cake in Mexico that they eat.
Right.
But you know, pudding is warm cake.
It is warm cake.
So that's what we're going to go with today.
Nice.
Let me just turn this down.
And when the cake is not as cakey, we just pop some custard over it and then it's a pudding. I like it.
Of course. So it's very simple. A sponge cake which is soaked in a 3 milk syrup. So I'm going to explain that to you.
Right.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream our Stork bake. Just move this over here. So we're going to use 180 grams today. And if you don't have a scale at home, I'm just going to quickly show you how you can measure.
Oh, right.
So you'll see they've got these cute little convenient marks on it.
Fantastic.
So you've got 100 and 100, and then...
Look at that.
So I've got 180.
Oh, Caitlin,
Just
you
like
are
that.
so clever. Look at that.
And then we're going to put this in a bowl. And your Stork bake really needs to be soft. It's very important when you're creaming because you want to get all that air in there. And we've got our sugar that's going to go in as well.
All right.
And a nice tip is, because obviously it's really cold right now, and it's quite difficult to get your margarine at room temperature or soft. So heat your sugar in the microwave.
Yes, you were telling us that. We were at the baking boot camp and Zola and Caitlin gave us such invaluable tips. I mean, my goodness, you guys were like amazing. Things that people don't usually know and end up doing the wrong thing, so that's a good one.
We know a thing or two.
We definitely do.
Okay, so we're just going to cream this together until it's nice and incorporated, and then we're going to add our eggs. Do you want to get cracking?
I will crack for us. How many do you need?
So we're just going to add them gradually.
All right.
6 of them.
Say when?
When?
There we go.
And you're going to add them gradually because you're adding liquid to fat. So you need to kind of incorporate it gradually, otherwise it's going to split.
And we don't want that.
Absolutely.
Now, something that we're also incorporating in our 3 milk dessert today, or 3 milk pudding, is condensed milk. That's something I don't think they have in Mexico, though.
They do.
Do they?
They totally do.
Did we have it first? We had it first.
Well, it's a South African, definitely a South African favorite. It's one of my favorites.
Can I go?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And it's part of the syrup, which is going to go over the pudding at the end.
All right.
This pudding kind of reminds me a little bit of malva pudding. You know, it's got that sponge, that light sponge with the syrup over it. Okay, add
more. You need a lot of strength.
And you need a friend.
You do.
You do need a friend. Luckily, I have one.
Could you make this in a hand mixer, though?
You could.
It would be easier, right?
Yep.
Okay. But that's why you never need to go to the gym, because you're baking all the time and your guns are intact.
There we go.
I'm talking about, of course, Caitlin's beautiful biceps.
Oh, thank you. I don't think there's much there, actually.
Hey, no, but they're firm. That's all you want. Can I put in the last one?
Yes.
Wonderlijk.
And then we're going to add our flour, self-raising flour. And that's going to make it beautifully light and fluffy. We've got some vanilla here, what's left of what I didn't spill.
It's okay.
But you know me in the kitchen, always have fun.
It's all good.
And then this is your batter. So this is going to go into a greased baking sheet, a baking tin, or pudding dish. You can make little individual ones if you want. And then we've got one in the oven.
We've got one. Can you pass me that? Because my hands are all full of like egg and I'll get it out. This is the part that I love the most about cooking on TV. Is that there's always one that's ready for us here that we made a little bit earlier.
Look how beautiful that looks. You want to pop it over there? So this is what the batter's going to look like. And then you're going to bake it at 180 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, it smells divine.
And then we're going to quickly make our syrup. So we've got this is where the 3 milk comes in.
All right.
We've got milk in there, condensed milk.
Okay.
I'm going to leave a bit.
Which is another kind of milk.
Lick the bowl there.
That's why I love her. That is why I love her.
And we've got some buttermilk here, but you can also use ideal milk, evaporated milk. That would also work, or cream.
Fantastic.
I always find the buttermilk is a little bit acidic, so
Yeah.
it kind of cuts the sweetness a little bit.
Lovely.
So this is nice and warm.
While you're busy stirring that up, if you would like our recipe this morning for our Mexican 3-milk pudding, all you can do is SMS the word Stork to 33728. We'll send you your Pick and Pay shopping list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this very delicious recipe yourself. It's so much fun. Like all of the recipes we make on the show, I make sure that I keep them because they're so good, I want to make them again. They really, really are.
So I'm
Okay.
just abusing this pudding a little
It's
bit.
okay, because you want everything to kind of seep in
Absolutely,
to the
yeah.
actual sponge, right? There we
Then
go.
the syrup goes over, and that's what's going to make it beautiful and moist. And it's going to
Delicious.
soak in there.
Like you said, it is like the malva because you throw the kind of the syrup over as well, and it just, it sucks it all
It's
in.
going to go in. I'm not going to add all of this.
Okay.
And
Yummy.
do you want to taste? We're going to serve it with some ice cream.
Fantastic.
Traditionally, they serve it with whipped cream, but, you know,
Yeah.
a little bit more indulgent.
Wow. Now that we've taken a little bit of a trip to Mexico, we're going to take a trip of another kind. But before we go there, if you would like this recipe for our Mexican 3-milk pudding, all you have to do is SMS the word Stork to 33728. We'll send you your Pick and Pay shopping list and the link to the recipe. I have a little bit of a little taste of Mexico here. I wonder where Kat and Ilana are going to give us a taste too. Over to you guys.
Stork, best for baking.